talking about stomach ulcers can never be overemphasized. As long as comments keeps coming in the comment section saying I have stomach ulcer, I cannot take this, I cannot eat this food, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. It's actually because of ignorance. Because I actually had stomach ulcer. I suffered it in far back as 2008, between 2008 and 2009. And I got healed of it, and I'd remained healed. So why are there so much more and more people commenting they have ulcers? It is because of these too many comments on ulcers, complaints that necessitated this particular video. And I encourage you to watch to the end, and even the part 2 of it, because I tend to make a part 2 of it. And what are the main things I want to talk about? The major things, the major reasons why many of us, many of you are coming down with stomach ulcers. Pay attention. Number 1, absence of probiotics in the diet. Probiotics, talking of fermented foods, foods that will help feed your gut bacteria. We have abandoned it. You have abandoned it. And what is the replacement? White pastas, noodles, and all the stuff that does not feed the gut bacteria, that does not support the gut bacteria. The fermented foods are those foods that have been kept for a few nights, and bacteria are allowed to act on it. We do not wait for such foods. Most of our foods are fast foods. Everything is fast foods. Fermentation may take about 2 days or more, and nobody is ready to wait for that. And so we are suffering the gut of it. The unhealthy gut bacteria are more in number. We feed them with sugars. That brings us to the second point. Why too many cases? Too many sugars in our diet. A lot of biscuits, breads, sweets, sugary drinks, they're too much. And these are the feeders of the disease. I mean, they are the top feeders of disease. And they help destroy our gut environment. Too many sugars in our diet. Then lack of sufficient protein buffer. No sufficient protein. Protein is scarce. You need to agree with me. If you look around you, check your food on a daily basis. What protein are there in that diet? A lot of people are avoiding meat. It's a complete protein. A lot of people can't even afford it. Eggs. Some people rarely eat egg. 1 egg in a whole week. They don't. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory. I mean, it's a complete protein. A lot of people don't even go there. And even when they eat what they call protein, it's not complete. And so, there is nothing for the body to work with, because protein is the building block. That's what the body uses to repair the cells that need to repair, and then to replace new ones. So when we don't have sufficient protein, you'll be left with nothing but, risk of stomach ulcers, all kinds of ulcers, peptic ulcers, gastric ulcers, duodenal ulcers, all kinds of ulcers. It does not matter, the location of the ulcer, because the ulcer, the wound could occur anywhere. The location of the wound is actually a wound in the stomach, but it depends on where it's located. That's what earns it the name. And so the point remains, it gives pain, discomfort, and then too much antibiotics, overuse of antibiotics. A lot of us are trying to eliminate those bacteria, and they have been there before you and I were born. That is their habitat, that's their location. You can't get them out. So you try to use antibiotics indiscriminately to eliminate bacteria, all these bacteria. That is where we got it wrong. And so they became resistant. And in the effort to destroy them, we're destroying our gut environment. And that has, exposed us to too many other gut-related problems, including stomach ulcers. Too many caffeine in our diet. A lot of young people, are taking caffeine. I'm not saying caffeine is bad altogether, but taking it indiscriminately is where we are getting it wrong. And so when you are consuming too many caffeines, I've had young people interact with them who had stomach ulcers, and upon investigation, upon interrogation, found that they were so much addicted to caffeinated teas and beverages. And this can also sweep down the delicate walls of our intestine, because these are blood thinners. These are sweepers. I mean, blood thinning teas, blood thinning medications. A lot of people are on it, not knowing the ugly side of it, including stomach ulcers. So a lot of us also are involved in all kinds of stress. Keeping awake too much. I mean, young people, a lot of them keep awake throughout the night, browsing. I mean, all kinds of activities, online activities, then exposing us to too much stress, both emotional, physical, and mental stress. All this destroy our immune system, exposing us to stomach ulcers. Yes, when your immune system is low, you can also be afflicted with the wounds, easily afflicted with the internal wounds like stomach ulcers. Yes, a lot of us also consume too much spicy foods without knowing the consequence. When you consume too much spicy foods on a regular basis, it can cause an injury to occur, even on the delicate walls of your intestine. So many of us are doing this ignorantly, not knowing the harm or the havoc that we are doing to our health. And another one is a lot of us are consuming, are not even taking enough, getting properly hydrated. Yes, I've seen people complain of stomach ulcers, but the moment they bring in water therapy and things like that, they begin to get resolved. The antibiotics, taking all their spicy food, we do not also try to support our gut health by including foods like healthy fats. Healthy fats like coconut oil, healthy fats, they help to maintain the integrity of our cells. Most of them have antifungal, antibacterial properties. A lot of our people don't even go there doing it. Like avocados, coconut oil, olive oil, organic peanut oil, and then red palm oil in moderation. These are good fats that can help to keep the integrity, protect the integrity of our cell wall and cell membrane, reducing the risk of stomach ulcers. And so a lot of us do all of these things without knowing the consequence on our health. Not exercising. A lot of us sit down for too long. Sitting down with a smartphone from morning till night, causing things like excess acidity. I mean, when your body is already acidic because of the too much acidic foods we are taking. Yes, a lot of us take too much acidic food. Most of these processed foods, fast foods, that's what we're going for. And these things cause too many acidic buildup. And surprisingly, we were even deceived that foods like milk are the healers of stomach ulcers. But they are highly acidic. That's the truth we know. And those such acidic and inflammatory foods, when you consume too much of it, I mean, carbonated drinks and beverages, the body is left with no protection. The body is left with nothing but exposed to things like wounds and stomach ulcers. Yes, we are aware that when you don't eat for too long, it can also, cause the acids to start, eating up on the intestine. But that is even the least of the causes. Because when you eat well and you have sufficient protein in your diet, even when you fast, it acts as an immune booster. As a matter of fact, it will help your body to reposition your body to be healed of stomach ulcer. Some of you may come and argue with this also, even in the comment section, but it's something I know very well, practically, that if you eat very well and get sufficient protein, not only protein, but complete protein in your diet, you may, even when you fast, it's an immune booster instead of giving you stomach ulcers, as we are often made to believe. And so, these are don't forget to watch the part 2, where I want to highlight some of the foods, the top foods that are included in my diet that helped me heal of stomach ulcer and have kept me healed till date. If you like this message, hit the follow button for more. And don't forget, subscribe also.